I just walked out of the house and my missus goes, "Morning, Compo." Cheeky mare. Anyway, morning world, welcome to Saturday 27th of January, otherwise today known as the day after last night. So I was invited to Rich Cornock's last night for supper for his last Make It Meet Monday video, which I think is going out this Monday or last Monday. You would have already seen it because I'm a bit behind. Where he treated me to some meaty cuisine from around the world. When I first got there, he tried to get me to guess where it was from, but it was like Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere. It was like all of the above. And I didn't know what it was. So, yeah, this morning, I think my room was definitely, there was an aroma of the Southern Hemisphere in my bedroom this morning when I woke up. So whatever it was, it definitely came from the outback. Hello, mate, all right. So I expect most of you have already seen it. You already know exactly what happened. You know what we consumed. You know the fun we had. We had a lot more fun off camera than we did on. So we have to temper it a little bit when we're on camera, because obviously it's family viewing. But off camera, yeah, we did have some fun. And Mrs. C we had some fun with her as well. So we started off with escargot in snails in garlic, which I've never tried before. Wasn't as horrible as I thought it was going to be. Can't say I'm in any rush to try it again, but it was, I think the garlic did quite a lot for it. It kind of took the edge off of the chewy sort of boginess of it, if you know what I mean. We then went on to crocodile steaks and kangaroo steaks and zebra steaks, zebra or zebra, however you want to pronounce it. Mrs. C refused to go anywhere near the zebra because it's too much like horse. And it's like, well, yeah, horse. So I think Harry tried a bit of everything. He was up for it. Jack was busy watching the footy. He was busy. But yeah, so the crocodile was a bit chewy. It was white, but it was okay. It was all right. I dare say, because we had it just by itself. There was no garnish, I didn't have any salt, pepper, anything. I just had it completely just as it was, pan-fried, with nothing on it. So with all of the steaks we had, you could add a sauce or, seasoning to it and alter it a bit, but I just decided I'd try it in the raw. So the crocodile steak was, I'd say, a little bit chewy, but it was all right. I'd have that again, no problem. The zebra steak reminded me of a mild liver. So there was like a mild livery taste about it. If you've had liver, you'll know what I mean. And the kangaroo was a bit more beefy, but it was quite strong. It was a very strong flavoured beef, and I thought that the fibres in the actual meat were it was a fibrous, big open fibres on it, so don't know which part of the kangaroo it came from, but yeah. And then we went on to the sausages, which were Wagyu, but they were a spicy Wagyu sausage. Not sure if I saw the point in that really, because I don't really see the point in Wagyu. It's a Japanese fad that seems to have come on in this country, but it's like half of its fat. I don't get it. So the modern housewife has, over the last 50 years, tried to get us to get fat out of the meat because they don't like it, because they don't want the fat, and then you go and start a trend on something that is full of fat. And not that bothers me, because as far as I'm concerned, if you have a piece of beef, if it's got no fat on it, it's got no flavour. That's where all the flavour is in the fat. All the juice is in there, all the yum is in the fat. So yeah, so the Wagyu sausages, Richard loved them, but they were quite tangy, spicy. So, and They were just like a tangy, spicy sausage to me. The ostrich sausage tasted pretty much like a normal sausage. I mean, they've all got pork fat in them, I expect. So they're all basically pork with a bit of wagyu, or pork with essence of ostrich. So, anyway, very enjoyable evening. I had a whale of a time. Didn't get home till 9:30, 9:45 last night. And then I think the first time I got out of bed was probably about 2 o'clock. But that was down to all the blackcurrant juice I was drinking. I did drink quite a lot of blackcurrant juice. And the second time I got up was I woke myself up with an extremely loud and long, ungentlemanly sound that I made. And I got up, I was actually thinking about opening the window. I'll leave the rest to your imagination. But yeah, no, I mean, it's only noise, nothing else, just noise. So yeah. I said to Mrs. C last night, I said, I'm expecting tomorrow, as in today, I'm expecting the snails to come out first, probably at 40 miles an hour, followed by everything else afterwards. But, you know, I could yet be proved wrong. So, anyway, it was a great evening, a lot of fun. I'm sure you have enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, go and find the Funky Farmer. Go and see us last Make It Meat Monday. And that's him and I, and Harry, and Mrs. C, and a bit of Jack as well. International cuisine, meaty evening. Yeah. What? What? Yeah. No, you don't need me. You're all right. And I'll do your bed later on. All right? The bull needs a bail, so I've got to go and do him first. Is that all right? Yeah? Okay. Right. We're back with these guys in a bit because I picked up the wormer from the vets yesterday, which you probably already know. We're going to see if we can sort something out in here that we can crush them up a little bit, and we're going to give them all a little bit of a squirt. It's probably going to be, I don't know, I reckon you're about 180 kilos, 180, nearer 200. So they're all going to get about sort of, yeah, 20 mil or just under of wormer, which is a pour on their backs, and we'll see if that firms them up and makes the bed a little bit less crappy. And it means also a lot less work for me because I won't have to muck them out so often. Because firm cow poo is nowhere near as messy as loose cow poo. Seem to be talking an awful lot of 5H1T today. I suppose you're used to that though, aren't you? Right, let's go and give the bull a bail. Mind your noses. Mind your noses. And you. That's it. Then let's push it all back out again then. You get the feeling that the bale's about to fall apart in a second now. We've got visitors. Okay. Right, I've got a little problem. I cannot find my box of nitrile gloves, protective gloves, and I want to put some wormer on the cattle. I've just tried ringing Abby at work and she's not there. So I'm going to pop down to our local small animal vets down the road and see if I can blag a couple of pairs off them. Well, there's no harm in trying, is there? Question is there anybody there? I think they've all gone home. Success. Thank you, Rovets. Okay, let's do this thing. I reckon we can crack on and get this sorted before lunch. Right, boys and girls, I got a little treat for you. Yes, I have. Okay, right, so that's the material we're using, and that's what we're using it for the fluke. That's how we're going to deliver it. And I got a bit of string because probably I'm going to have to tie that on my shoulder. So before I even start, these gloves are probably not really good enough for the job, but they're an awful lot better than no gloves at all. Okay. No great big hazard warning signs on there. I still don't want it on my skin though. So, right, that come out of there, that out of there. Someone's complaining. Oh, I didn't need a bit of string. Comes with a shoulder strap. We'll need that, and we need that. And then we'll put a loose knot in you. Okay, next, gun. Let's see if we can open that half neatly, because it can go back in the bag when we're done. So these animals are, give or take, 200 kilos. Some of them are a bit less than that. So 1 mil per kilo, so we'll just go down, dial down to 20. I don't know if you can see that. So on there we can actually dial the mils for the gun, the dose. So yeah, 20. Make sure that's all tight. And then we will put, your pipe's a bit stiff. Comes with age apparently. You will go on there. You will go on there. Oh yeah, always got to know what your withdrawal period is. None of these animals could go meat withdrawal, so none of these could go for slaughter for, well, 58 days. I mean, they're not, so that doesn't matter. But it would mean if I was going to dose the cattle next door, well, I probably wouldn't with the bull and that, because a couple of those steers in there were probably going, hopefully, before 58 days. Right, off with that. We have already given it a good shake. Make sure that's on there good and tight. Make sure that's on there good and tight. Bearing in mind, that's like 120 pounds in there. So you don't want the pipe coming off and be chucking it all over the floor. That would be a bad day. Ooh, look, he's got a big red dangly thing. What's that? Eh? What is that? You're not 200 kilos, so we'll drop you down a little bit. Okay, you are hello mate. Basically I'm just going to make the pen a bit smaller, give him a bit less chance to run around. You've had some, you've had some, you've had some. How about you? Have you had any? Looks like you've had some as well. You're a bit smaller. You're definitely a bit bigger. All right, calm down. Anybody in here not had some? You want some? You're a big chap, ain't you? Come on, you can go out. You've had some, you've had some. You've had some, you haven't. We'll just have a double check round. Anybody got a dry back? You've had some. You've had some. You have. You have. What about you over there? Have you got some? I got some poo on my blooming hand and I just wiped my nose with it. All right, don't panic. Don't panic. You haven't got any. You're okay. You're okay. So what will happen now, because they're all fairly close together, they've all had a dose. A couple of them had a slightly smaller dose. The little ones already have dropped the dose down a little bit. But because they're in here and they rub together, they will literally rub it against each other a bit as well. So they will spread it amongst themselves. But I think that's done. You're definitely done. You're definitely done. You got some blue on you. You're done. You're done. And you are. And you are. And you. Well, that wasn't too bad, was it? A bit ad hoc and a bit Heath Robinson, but everybody's had a dose. Yeah. We'll let them calm down a bit now. Mind your back. take it all apart and wash it all out. This is the bit you really, really need the gloves for. So what we'll do, we're going to hang you upside down and let what's left drain down. Probably still half a dose in the pipe, so waste not, want not. Oh yes, at least half a dose in the pipe. I think that's got about as much as I'm going to get at her. I'll squeeze you a little bit. That can go back in the box. Right, I'm going to leave that in there for a couple of minutes and then we'll squirt that out and run it through after lunch.